For many years, if you had asked me to pick one single Cradle of Filth song to listen to for the rest of my life, it would have been Suicide and Other Comforts. Welcome back, metalheads, to a new analysis of a Cradle of Filth song, this time from their 2001 album Bittersweets to Succubi, which I haven't yet discussed on my channel. Before I go on, I want to say that this song is dealing with a very delicate topic, a very real and very grave issue, namely depression and suicidal ideation. I do not condone romanticizing suicide. I don't see it as an answer to any problem, and I think anyone dealing with such thoughts need to receive support in overcoming them. In choosing to analyze this song today, I don't want to minimize the graveness of this subject matter, but I believe strongly in being able to discuss both the good and the ugly side of things. This is extreme metal, and there are few taboos here. So yes, the song will romanticize suicide, but there is an artistic context to it, as the lyrics are rooted in the poetry and tenets of Romanticism. So I think that there is a lot to take away from it beyond what is actually happening in the song. So if you see me getting excited and smiling a lot and cheering on during this song, this isn't because I find the topic to be cool, but rather because of the way it is expressed, the masterfulness of the wording and the depth of the emotions that it transmits. That being said, the song makes me think of one of my favorite poems by Lord Byron, which I remember reciting at 15 or 16 in front of the entire high school, which is, "And thou art dead as young and fair." And it goes like this: "I will not ask where thou liest low, nor gaze upon the spot. There flowers or weeds at will may grow, so I behold them not. It is enough for me to prove that what I loved and long must love like common earth can rot. The better days of life were ours, the worst can be but mine. The sun that cheers, the storm that lowers shall never more be thine. The silence of the dreamless sleep I envy now, too much to weep." We see here in all its melancholy glory Romanticism's fascination with death, with the death of beauty and the beauty of death. The fair lady dies and her beauty will rot, but new beauty, wild flowers, will arise upon that spot. The male speaker's capacity for love and emotion has died along with her, so he doesn't cry, but instead finds escapism in the fantasy of his own death. And this is what Suicide and Other Comforts is. I know, it is not as existentially revelatory as Death Magic for Adepts. It doesn't set up a personal mythology like Cradle of Filth songs about the Black Goddess. It is not a deconstruction of religion like Damnation and the Day and other Lucifer-inspired songs. It's not full of literary references like Haunted Shores, and it doesn't require prior historical knowledge like the Elizabeth Bathory or Gilles de Rais songs. And it is not even a deconstruction or meta-analysis of Romanticism like the Byronic Man. So I guess compared to these and more, it is more simple in terms of theme, which is death, more classically romanticist if you will. But Cradle of Filth is never simple, and Suicide and Other Comforts is yet another lesson in how to string words together in a masterfully artistic way. It is pure lyrical romanticism. Okay guys, this will be a heavy one, so let's go.
I pace alone in a place for the dead, overcome by woe and doom. I've grown so fond of dread that I swear it's heaven. No interest in grief, over the stone.
Overwhelmed by grief at the death of his beloved, our speaker is walking through a graveyard, a place for the dead. He has experienced so much pain that he has come to love it, and he finds a perverse comfort and familiarity in the suffering. Dread, paradoxically, feels like heaven to him. Despair defines his existence now to the point that he has come to shun life. And this is shown in one of the most brilliant images in Cradle of Filth's lyrics, which says a lot. A biblical metaphor. Christ finds the mourning Mary Magdalene in front of his tomb, and instead of gloriously announcing his return from the dead, here he is asking her to roll back the stone to his tomb, basically choosing death instead of resurrection. He has given up everything. And the way that this part is intoned like a plea, and the background vocals, this is just amazing. What a powerful beginning to this song. Writing the plea in a severed hand points to his pain, his feeling of disembodiment and hopelessness. He feels like he is damned, swept away in a world of anguish like sinners into hell. And also, tears like shards of glass, because they're both glimmering, translucent, and painful, is just and stunningly beautiful simile. He constantly remembers the moment of the death of his beloved, and these lines will be repeated over and over in the song to show that he keeps returning in his mind to that moment. It is like an eternal present to him. There is a knife in his hands, and he fantasizes about dying to join her, which brings us back to the first line of this stanza. The severed hands points to him slitting his wrists. It's the only solution he sees.
Farewell to distant thunder. Those in stars I worship under. Was my love a blood-red flower? Calls to me from fervent powers. I cried with singing from this cell I know. The darkened sky, redeemed and lost and died. Those with me tonight, and still within her sight. Staring at the night, forgot everything at the sacrifice. My life, God answer with me.
So he is saying his goodbyes to everything he used to love in the world, but now finds no joy in. He looks at the stars, and instead of seeing beauty and grandeur and vastness, he sees Lucifer and damnation. Perhaps what he would find if he does decide to take his own life. But then he is already in hell, so hell doesn't scare him any longer. His love is waiting for him in the grave, and she's compared to a flower in the churchyard. Again, his fantasy of joining her in death comforts him, hence the title of the song. And I love how both the lyrics and the instrumental sway between silent moments of resignation and then strong, hard sounds of despair. The sound is becoming more impassioned now as we see his growing despair. He has given up his faith, rebelling against it. God has taken his beloved from him, and he is burning his idols and crosses in revenge, an eye for an eye, as the Bible itself teaches. His entire existence now revolves around the memory of her. It is inescapable. He tries to forget her, but she haunts him. He feels her at every step. He imagines her walking at his side, embracing him, talking to him. He thinks he sees her and he is overjoyed, but then he realizes that it was just a silhouette of a tree in the mist, and that it's not her whisper, but just the rustling of leaves, and that he is just feverish and imagining things. And then the joy turns to disappointment, and it is maddening to live like this. And here we see the romantic trope of comparing the loved one with elements of nature and love itself as a force of nature. And the haunting female vocals in the background as well. The descriptions of nature and the beloved go on, and how her memory is all-encompassing, just like nature is all around him. He thinks he hears her voice beckoning him to the graveyard like a siren song, calling him to join her. Suicide notes, we are told. There is no place he can hide from the suffering. He's like a boat adrift in the storm, and there is no lighthouse, no reef, no lifeline, and he is drowning. He can already hear death knells, funeral bells tolling for him. He can only see one solution to this, and, well, we can all guess how this will end. This is the last time we hear this repetition, and the last time the speaker will ever remember the moment of her death, because now his own life has come to an end. The day that laughter died is changing to this day hereafter dies. And so this repetition has a cyclic structure, because we now see how his obsession is also bringing about his end. What a beautiful and heartbreaking ending. What a masterpiece. The crusade here points to the lofty moral conviction that prevented him from taking his life, hence choosing suffering with your chin up rather than giving in. But now he doesn't care about that anymore. All he thinks about is the final journey he makes to reunite with her. In Danny's voice, you can feel the despair reaching its culmination when he cries out, "Oh God!" and then the relief. And that final part, the one with the journey, that is spoken in a way that, combined with that rhythmic and repetitive instrumental, is very trance-like. So it suggests a sort of a transcendence as he journeys to summer lands, this out-of-body experience under the moon to reunite with his beloved, she who once made him feel alive, the blaze once in my veins, which is now gone. I've said it before and maintain that the growls and shrieks in black metal especially can be so expressive, able to transmit so much emotion if it is done in a coherent manner and in tune with what the lyrics are saying and with the instrumental. Of course, it depends very much on the band, as many bands, I feel, don't make full use of that expressive potential of screaming, but Danny Filth's singing is so very expressive. Wow, that was intense. Thinking back on what I recorded, I realized that I must have smiled a lot, even though this is extremely sad, perhaps one of their most heartbreaking songs. I get really excited when I see words strung together in a clever and beautiful way, and hence this is why I wanted to listen to this song with you guys. And this is also why I was saying in the beginning that if I were to choose one Cradle of Filth song, this would be it, because it never fails to move me. Honestly, to tears. I cannot count the times when I cried listening to this song in darkness and solitude. It always touches me in a way that not many other songs do. So, question for you guys, what is the song from Cradle of Filth or from any other band that always impresses you profoundly and that makes you cry, if crying to music is your thing, as it is surely is mine? So please leave your answers in the comment section below. I cannot wait to read them. So this was all for today. I hope you enjoyed my analysis. If you did, please like this video and subscribe to my channel to stay tuned for more analysis of metal lyrics. See you next time.